All right, so it's the middle of January 2026, and I was hoping to already have 1 or 2 videos out, but I haven't. This is the first video I'm officially working on for 2026. And what I want to talk about is a slight pivot.
Here we go, pivot! Pivot! Pivot!
What I'm going to do with this channel is I started it off with my equipment, and I feel like that was very, very niche, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
But now I want to change it to more of the entrepreneurship, the behind the scenes, and the design aspect. And that's what I want to kind of focus on, is more the design focus. Because I feel like a lot of my designs, they're text-based, so they weren't, almost like not worthy of a video. This year, what I really want to focus on is more artistic shirts for 2026. What I want to do is maybe larger prints and, more graphical and, more elements to it. So that's what we're going to focus on in 2026. All right, so ignore that I still have my mama's Christmas tree. Sometimes I just don't want to take it down. Sometimes I'm a little lazy, but focusing on design. Now, it's going to be mostly, me sketching on whatever I have, either my iPad or a, little journal that I keep, or just going straight to the computer and working something out. And you'll be part of that process. And if you have any ideas you want to shoot my way, that you might want to see on a shirt that you think that might sell, shoot it my way. Let me see what it is. And if it's a design that we actually use, then I'll cut you in on the profits. You'll be part owner of that shirt, and you'll share in those profits. A lot of my ideas do start with, of course, just something popping in my brain, and then it goes to either this notepad that I keep or my iPad. And it's really just, kind of fleshing the design out. A lot of times it's simple, it's just putting a mock-up of a t-shirt and kind of laying out what I'm thinking about. Like I said, a lot of times my ideas were text-based with, maybe some type of icon or logo if you want, just to add a little bit to it so it's just not text. And like I said, I'm trying to expand that a little bit more this year. That's part of why it's taking me so long to get this video out. 1, busy. 2, lazy. But 3 is trying to really figure out my niche, or how I want to structure this year. And I think that going a little bit more graphical this year, adding, maybe larger prints, because, a lot of things I'll put kind of a small, not small, but I mean average size, mid-chest kind of print. And it's, of course it's economical, because it's less ink, but I really want to push that envelope this year. I think that, yeah, I'm going to keep my designs that I already have. I'm sure that there'll be some that, again, that'll just be kind of small and short and sweet. But I want to, do some bigger designs, kind of maybe a left chest with a big back piece that are, they're a little bit more expensive, and that's just part of it, because there's more ink, more involved, more design work, and we'll see how it goes. I think that's something that I've been kind of working towards and, kind of hoping towards. And this is the year. I've got to break out this year, because 2027 is going to be a tough year. If y'all don't know, there's pretty much going to be an MLB lockout, and MLB is a big part of my revenue. And that's what I'm really, really trying to build 2026 to get me prepared for 2027. That's the plan right now. And hopefully you're around to see it. Hopefully I'm around, to be doing these videos next year and telling you how it all came out. But I appreciate you being on this journey, and let's see how it goes.